Not here.
Right, the headphones are on.
Everybody's filming them.
Check. Okay, we're muted. Check. Oh, you can hear yourself? Yeah. Hi.
No, what?
I can hear you.
Technical difficulties.
Which one am I number 4?
Is someone getting louder? Louder? Lower. No,
Are you sure?
this one is definitely.
Oh,
Are you getting louder? Are you getting louder?
We're both plugged into the same.
Oh, is that too loud for
We're
you?
at
No, it sounds great.
Rochester Podcast.
It sounds like a
Dealy Doodle.
Yeah.
This live.
Fest 2014, the first ever. Round of applause, everybody.
Yeah!
Awesome. There's still some seats up front if anyone wants those. I'm very happy to have you here. This is very cool. One of the sponsors I want to get into right here, it's wisejackcooking.com. It's what it is it's a meal plan service. If you sign up today at wisejackcooking.com, you want to sign up today or tomorrow. You can sign up today or tomorrow and insert the code, ROC Podfest. Then you're going to be entered into a drawing to win a free cookbook. How about that, guys? Free cookbook? Yeah.
All right.
That's exciting. Also, you notice back there we have some drawings back there. What you're going to want to do, just prove to us that you liked ROC Podcast on Facebook or followed us on Twitter, and you can get entered 2 drawings to win some fabulous prizes. We have a 1-hour massage from Renewing Massage. How about that, guys? Huh? Mm-hmm. Some, a straight razor shave, which will not be done by me, so don't fear, because it'll be your last one. The Joke Factory's giving out a ton of stuff. We're giving out 10 sets of 2-pair comedy tickets, and then 4 pairs of tickets and a bucket of beer. I think there's 2 of those. That's exciting. And how about, we want to get a tattoo? You look like you're in the tattoo mood. How about a $75 tattoo gift certificate? You can get anything. Yeah. That'd be exciting, huh? Yeah, absolutely.
You can always give it to your son's friend.
That'd be exciting. Yeah, awesome. Scotland Yard's giving out a $20 gift certificate for, you like booze? You gotta like booze, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, get that then. Woo! That'd be exciting. And Bartertown Collectibles, they do all sorts of toys and action figures, a lot of fun. They get a $20 gift certificate. How about that, guys, huh? That's exciting. So we're gonna get right into it. Here's our first podcast. It's the Paul Towsley Show, everybody.
Yeah!
ROCpodcasts.com. You can listen to the Paul Towsley Show at paultowsley.com.
Yeah, he didn't use mine. He didn't use mine, dog.
The vast reaches of the interweb, it's the Paul Towsley Show. The part rock star, part nerd, all over the place podcast. Featuring your host, Paul Towsley. What the heck is he going to talk about this time?
Live from the Towsley. No. Fuck, I already screwed it up. Live from the Record Archive, this is the Paul Towsley Show. Downloaded worldwide about 350 times and sponsored by Steindar Brewery. You can listen to the Paul Towsley Show,
Ooh.
Tongue-Tied, and Towsley TARDIS Podcast at paultowsley.com and rocpodcast.com.
Yeah!
I'm sure I am. So here we are, live at the Record Archive. I want to thank everyone for coming out to Rock Podfest. I thank Vinny, but he just walked out of the room. There he is. Thank Vinny Paulino for putting this whole thing together.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're podcasting in a record store and in front of a live studio audience. Very different things that I have not ever done in my life.
Yeah, we've never performed in front of live
I'd like
audience.
to
No,
say
we
that
haven't.
Never.
we are also live streaming
Oh.
on
Neat.
Facebook and on undertheskin.tv.
Is that Jor-El? Jor-El, Father, I missed you. Father, guide me. How do I save the world? Promotional consideration for the Paul Towsley Show brought to you in part by Chester's Taco Shack. Think with your mouth, not with your anus.
So this is the Paul Towsley Show. We are here in front of all of you.
And you're already misreading the things that I wrote for you.
I know. I have a guy that
You're supposed to blame me for it.
writes things down, and then I say it wrong, and he doesn't bother calling me out on it until just now. Thank you for calling me out.
I have to.
It's the way that it is.
It makes me look good. It's job security.
It is, because you're making a fool out of yourself right now.
I'm sure.
You are.
I'm good at that, though. And that's kind of my job as the host of a podcast, isn't it?
I guess.
I guess it is.
I don't even know. Is that a job? Can you put podcast host on a resume? Is anyone going to take you seriously?
Not yet.
That would be like me writing Slam Dunk Champion 1997 on the resume.
That's freaking impressive. If I was reading a resume that said Slam Dunk Champion 1997, boom, hired. I don't even care about that.
Asterisk, Fisher Price Hoop.
Price hoop. All right.
Asterisk doesn't matter.
The Slam Dunk Champion.
Still the champion.
Slam Dunk Champion seems about as ridiculous as having a puppet on a podcast, don't you think?
I would have to agree. I try to keep my mouth closed because I love my wife and I love sleeping on the bed and not the couch. But thank you for bringing up my wife's ridiculous puppet on an audio program.
The puppet's a new thing since 2014, but
I want to talk into your microphone.
it seems to throw me off topic on a regular basis, so I'm just going to go with it.
And I don't know if we're the only podcast that features a puppet.
Really? There's other podcasts with puppetry?
I don't know.
You don't know.
But it's always good to set yourself apart from other products, in your market. So I was thinking, if we've already got a puppet, let's go ahead and take it to the next level.
You want a puppet?
We're going to be the first podcast to also include a sign language interpreter for our hearing impaired listeners as well. In fact, we're auditioning for the part right now. Welcome Matt Stevens, the official translator of the Paul Towsley Show.
Welcome.
And for the record, as of right now, now that we're doing this, any podcasters who are not taking special consideration for the hearing impaired are officially discriminatory, and we're not cool with that. So get in line, folks.
So the whole world, the whole internet is full of discriminatory podcasts, other than the Paul Towsley Show.
Exactly.
And possibly Towsley TARDIS.
Yeah.
podcast. We'll work that into tongue-tied eventually.
We were the first podcast to build a ramp, and now everyone else has to build a ramp.
All right.
That's the way it works.
Why are we building ramps?
Because it's the ramps of the official sponsor of the Paul Towsley Show.
It's about accessibility, folks.
Accessibility.
So, but we're not done. We're not done just with sign language. We're also going to be the first audio program fully closed captioned.
Closed captioning here on the Paul Towsley Show
for our viewers. So, closed captioning, more exciting than the co-host's face. We're going first. So, and I mean, we could really take it to as many levels as we want. Coming this fall to the ROC Podcast Network, it's Deadly But Silent, the Pantomime Podcast.
Silent but deadly, maybe?
Silent but deadly.
Okay.
Silent but deadly, the
Pantomime
Pantomime
podcast.
Where mimes pretend to podcast. Silently broadcast to an internet near you.
Hi there. My name is Paul Towsley, and I'm broadcasting to you via the interweb.
I'm a crazy person with a puppet on my hand. Look at me. Woo!
I'm a guy that spent $3 on poster board today.
$3, that's how much a mama costs.
Look out. What's the next one say?
I just remember seeing that every time the Cosby Show came on TV.
The Cosby Show, live in stereo.
The little headphone keeps spreading out. Again, visual aids. I hope this is being broadcast in video,
I hope
right?
nobody gets
Oh,
it.
there's the camera right there. That means that there are obviously people watching us all over the world.
So what happens when people with faces made for radio end up on camera?
I would imagine that lenses break, but other than that, I really can't tell. Maybe there's some like buffering problems.
We can only hope. Low resolution, folks. If you've got Time Warner, we don't think that you'll see this properly anyway. So.
Or Comcast.
Yeah, I think they're merging now.
Yeah.
Why are we advertising major corporations right now when we should be advertising Sneaky Pete's Condom Glue?
Condoms.
Don't let your good times slip away and never leave a man behind. Sneaky Pete's Condom Glue, official sponsor of the Paul Towsley Show.
Sneaky Pete's. Yeah.
Official is a new star.
We kind of glazed over the whole puppet issue because the puppet
Your
keeps
puppet.
humping my shoulder.
I wouldn't hump you if you paid me.
I think the whole point of the puppet on the show is to throw me off topic and it works.
It's-
It works very well.
It's a good tool to keep you focused and keep your mind on track. Is it working?
I don't know, man. Duke,
Yeah, you love it.
Duke.
Dude, he doesn't
Just
even
go.
have genitals. What?
I-
What?
That's right. That's right.
I think Duke is officially pushing us from PG-13 into rated R territory. I'm not sure just how well equipped he is down below, but whatever's down there is all up on
You're making
Paul's
him
face
sad.
right now.
What?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that's how it goes. That's how it goes with
Dragon Ball.
podcasts.
So tell us about the puppet. How did you let a puppet onto your show, man?
She
It's your
brought it
show.
in a box, and then I decided that it was okay for us to use it on the show, and I just went with it because after the first time we played with it, it's really kind of threw me off topic, and it looked at me with those googly eyes.
Google.
Google eyes.
Google eyes.
Google eyes.
Google. I like
And-
talking into
and-
your microphone.
Yeah, you can talk into this microphone, but
That
the voice is
microphone.
actually coming out over here.
What are
So
you
you need to
talking
keep
about?
going on with that.
You go on with that.
Yeah, need I remind Duke that we are in stereo. You're not fooling anyone, Duke.
You're not.
Not fooling anyone.
Yeah.
So when the host is thrown off, normally it's the co-host's job to keep you on track.
I don't know. I mean, I thought the host was the one that steers the ship, and the co-host was their job to throw them off topic
Is
and
it
try
a-
to come up with new
wait.
territory for a
Is
show
it
to
a
go.
track or a ship? I mean, because we're talking about.
We're talking about trains, ships, airplanes, spaceships, time machines, all of that stuff all rolled into one.
Those aren't pillows. No?
That's what you said.
I guess that's really what we came to talk to everyone about. Like, what is a podcast? Why do we do this? Why are we here in the record archive in front of a studio audience recording a radio show that will be broadcast out to the internet? I mean,
It's a big steaming pile of shit when you're here. You suck.
is it really new media? Is this like the wave of the future?
It's like 10 years old, man.
Or are we all like, you know,
To be honest, people have been podcasting
unprofessional?
for like 10 years, man.
They have, but are those people all like, you know, unprofessional people broadcasting from their mom's basements?
No, I mean, well, okay, so do your homework, folks. Y'all got your special smartphones out there. It's been called a podcast officially since 2005, which means Apple got its grimy corporate fingers all up in it,
Because
all up
you're
in
all
the internet's
puppets.
butt. And so if Apple owns it, then it's obviously not, you know, a underground sort of hipster thing anymore.
Because they take everything that's hip and then put it
And
under
they
their
make
own
it
belt
awesome.
and they call it themselves.
Make it
right?
awesome.
They have all that stuff together.
They make it shiny. They make
Shiny
it brushed
and
aluminum.
appley.
None of that, you know, PVC material here anymore. No, it's all
Except for the Apple C, or the what was it, iPhone C?
the 5C.
Yeah.
That's made of plastic.
Yeah, but it's
right?
colorful,
It is.
so it doesn't count.
Yeah, but it's
It's the you know, the old school little fish tank bubble iMac all over again.
So if we drop the Apple moniker and we just call it internet radio, does that work?
Well, no, because then I think we're talking about Spotify or Pandora or.
So there's no room for talk radio on Spotify or Pandora?
I don't think
Those
so.
are
They got
music
stand-up.
services?
They got stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
I used to listen to a lot of Jim Gaffigan on Pandora, actually.
right on.
I think of it more as on-demand audio. It makes it sound new and relevant and important. Which is the whole reason we're talking into microphones in the first place.
right
Ladies and
because
gentlemen.
Slam Dunk Champion '97 doesn't make you sound important enough.
You know.
Ladies and gentlemen, on-demand audio from the record archive. Yeah, it's the future.
Like you're meant to be on you.
So if this is the future, what's the future hold for us?
Does it like beam directly into your brain?
That'd be awesome.
No choice at all. The content just streams straight into your consciousness.
There's a comic book character that has that. Lobo. The intergalactic bounty hunter has a chip in his brain that broadcasts streaming heavy metal music directly into his brain all the time.
24/7, right?
And this is pre-internet when this
Right.
concept came up. It's awesome. So DC Comics, their least popular character of all time, Lobo, actually invented Pandora, and I believe that lawsuit is
Oh,
pending.
so the music even like catered to his tastes?
Well, no, it was just always hip-hop.
He was able to click like or dislike and choose which song
He
came
was
next?
stuck on one channel perpetually.
One channel, okay.
So,
Hey, that's a great
which is kind of
channel
how
to
these
stuck.
folks feel right now.
Yeah.
So what if? So the difference between podcast and radio is you need a service provider for internet. You can't get a podcast just sitting in your car without paying extra money. But what if the internet was like radio?
It really needs to be. I think that's the
It
way
works
to
the same way,
distribute it
doesn't it?
now, because like when I think of talk radio shows, I'm always thinking about I'm going to drive somewhere. There's a talk radio show on somewhere at some time, so I'm going to put that on and I'm going to listen for the duration of the drive.
Yeah.
Now, if the shows that I wanted to hear happen to be like shunted into my car and happen to pick up right when I left off,
Then you'd
and
have
move
no
on
reason
the
to
next
listen to
show.
Sean Hannity.
Exactly. So I would be.
Sean Hannity.
So I'd be listening to the shows that I want to listen to on demand in my car, and I guess I'd have some kind of choice over it. Now, we're getting closer because there's all these different podcast apps that are out there that allow you to kind of customize the content that's coming into your feed. As far as like choosing for you, though, I think that's one of the major things that radio has going for it is you tune into a radio station and they kind of choose the music that you already wanted to hear in the first place.
Because I had no idea I wanted to listen to Miley Cyrus and Robin Thicke all last summer.
I didn't either.
I'm so glad that there are trained professionals making these decisions on my behalf. Where I wouldn't know all the words to blurred lines.
So I guess the real, yeah. I guess the real magic behind
Is
all
that
of
the
that.
sign for Mad at My Daddy?
Yeah. The real sign behind all of this is how they decide what we want to listen to instead of us deciding for ourselves, right?
Well, I mean, we've been good at deciding for ourselves, though. Can't we just kind of take that over?
But at the end of the day, you're a silly puppet.
We're all puppets.
You're a puppet.
Puppets of the man.
Puppet.
So, wow.
You're a puppet. You're a puppet.
That's meta.
You're a puppet.
Wow.
Everyone is a puppet.
So, what do you think of the difference? Is it a technology issue, or do you think it's a content issue? Do you think there's just not enough content to get the attention of the people that could bring it to us?
Or is the content still relegated to your mom's basement?
Dude, I don't know what you've heard about my mom's basement, but I believe you're serious.
That's where all podcasts come from, is from your mom's basement.
Every single one of them. And girls do
I'd
not
like
play
to
video
think-
games and...
This is all very 80s, I'm sure, this conversation, but, it's still, that's the preconception
Throwback Friday?
that comes from modern media, is that, what we do and this whole podcasting thing is kind of underground, and it's kind of taboo and maybe a little unprofessional. But, what it is, it's the Wild West. We've got the ability to broadcast to whomever's willing to listen to us, which is a very small number of people, unfortunately. And trying to get
350 downloads in only 2 years, man. That's
year.
good.
1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
We've been
Even
doing
better.
this for 1 year, yeah. And still, it's
So-
less than one download per day.
So,
and,
so I
and
click
I'm
the
not
link
sure
once
if
a
all
day,
of those were me.
but not on weekends.
Yeah.
It still counts, though. It still counts.
So I guess the real, magic of all of this is trying to predict what happens next and being ahead of the curve.
Well, I'm going to predict that Apple, when they get into the wearables, they're going to skip the watch, they're going to skip the glasses, and they're just going to have the eye butt plug, and it's going to read your body temperature, all your vitals. It's going
Is
to
there a
know when
sign
you're
for
relaxed
that?
or when you clench.
Is there a sign for the butt
And it's
plug
going to
or
treat
a
you accordingly.
pantomime?
There must be, but I don't know for sure what it is.
It'll have built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and it'll broadcast wirelessly via butt waves
That's it.
Butt
or
waves.
some other technology I'm not aware of.
Podcasting of the future is all
brown
through
tooth.
butt waves.
Brown tooth
tooth.
technology, and it'll just tell everybody what they want. It'll read your mind. It'll read your colon, which
Tell-
is the mind of the modern man.
Give the message from the last sponsor, and we're gonna finish this up.
Sponsors. Talk
Well,
about
special
beer.
consideration is provided by Steingart Brewery, home of Lay on Hands Pineapple Heffenweizen, the perfect pint for the parched paladin.
You can listen to the Paul Towsley Show, Tongue Tied, and Towsley TARDIS podcast at paultowsley.com and soon on rockpodcast.com. I want to turn it over to the rest of the podcasting community here in Rochester. And thank you very much. So keep your ears open because the rest of the content